Hey everyone, welcome back to IT Samurai Teacher. Today's video I'm going to show you how to install CasaOS on a Raspberry Pi 5. CasaOS is a lightweight home server software that's perfect for creating your own personal cloud, media server or smart home hub. There's a lot of application you can install on CasaOS. But today I'm going to take a slightly different approach. Instead of installing CasaOS directly, I'm going to install it on a Raspberry Pi 5 running Raspberry Pi Lite OS 64-bit and then set up a CasaOS using a Docker containers. So why I'm doing this in this way? Well, by using Raspberry Pi Lite OS, we are starting with a minimal lightweight operating system that's optimized for performance. This means we are not wasting resources on unnecessary graphical interface, which is crucial when you want to get the most out of your Raspberry Pi 5. Then, by installing CasaOS in a Docker container, we are adding a layer of flexibility and security. Docker allows us to run CasaOS in an isolated environment, which make it easier to manage and update. Plus, it means that if we ever want to try out other services or applications, we can simply spin up another container without interfering with our Casa setup. This approach not only maximizes the performance of your Raspberry Pi 5, but also future-proofs your setup, making it easy to add or remove services as you need to change. So let's get started with the installation and I'll walk you through each step of the process. Okay, let's go ahead and download and install Raspberry Pi OS Imager. The Raspberry Pi Image is a free piece of software that lets you download and install operating systems directly onto your SD card. It's available for Windows, Mac and Linux. So no matter what your system you are using, you are covered. Let's go ahead and download for Windows because I'm using Windows. Click Windows and after that, it's very simple. Install the software to your machine. Okay, I'm done installing the Raspberry Pi OS Image. Now I just open it. Now first we need to prepare our micro SD card. You want a card with at least 16 GB of storage. Get that micro SD card, insert into your computer using an SD card reader. We are going to flash the Raspberry Pi OS onto it, which will serve as the base operating system for CasaOS. Now I'm going to tell you what the base OS is. Now next, open your Raspberry Pi Imager. Under that Raspberry Pi device, choose the device. I'm going to choose Raspberry Pi 5. But if you want 4, 3, choose whatever the hardware you want. I'm going to choose the Raspberry Pi 5. Now under operating system, this is the main part. Now I'm not going to use the desktop recommended version because this is a full desktop. All the graphical, everything there. So I'm going to choose the third option, Raspberry Pi OS Other, Base Images. Just click that one. Under that, you will have choices. Now, I am going to choose the Raspberry Pi OS Lite 64-bit. It says a port of Debian bookworm with no desktop environment, compatible with Raspberry Pi 3, 4, 400 and 5. You can see the release date, up to date. And the download version 0.4 GB download. Probably when you installing, probably it's going to up or down. But anyways, if you choosing from the Raspberry Pi Imager, the official, you don't need to be worried. Just choose the Raspberry Pi OS Lite 64-bit. Now, I'm choosing the Raspberry Pi OS Lite version because it's lightweight, efficient and perfect for server project like CasaOS. It doesn't have a desktop environment, which means more resources are available for the tasks that matter, ensuring better performance and stability. Plus, it's ideal for headless setup where you manage everything remotely. Got it? Click that. And the storage, choose the your SD card. Probably you will see 2 or 3 maybe if you have plug so many SD cards, but choose the correct one. Make sure you choose the correct one, please. Don't destroy other datas. And maybe you will see a blank one. That means the micro SD card didn't detect. So probably you need to plug it back, or maybe choose a different one, or maybe it's not supported, or blah blah like that. So choose that one. Now let's go to the fun part. Now when you choose next, now before we flash the OS, there's an option to customize some settings, right? So you can hit no, and manually you need to have a keyboard and mouse plug in your Raspberry Pi and like configure username, password, and connect to Wi-Fi. So you need to have a keyboard, mouse, and a monitor. So if you don't want to use that, like unnecessary stuff, is not unnecessary, it's necessary, but you in the computer table you need to have only one, and just plug and play, and you can connect via SSH to your Raspberry Pi. That's the only thing you want in these busy days, busy life. Now what you need to do is click that edit settings, do that edit settings. Now you can see you can pre-configure SSH, setting username and password, and connecting to your Wi-Fi. This way, when you boot up your Raspberry Pi, it's ready to go without needing a monitor or keyboard. That's cool. Now I put a set a host name because of this CasaOS. I put the CasaOS. Now just in case if you boot it up, once you're ready to configure the settings, you can ping from your computer and get IP address. I will show you, but sometimes you cannot ping, but sometimes you can ping. So we'll go with that, right? Put the local name, set a username, password, put here, put a password, some kind of password, and configure wireless LAN. Put your SSID or your Wi-Fi name and Wi-Fi password. Now in here, put a wireless LAN country, US. I'm in the US, so probably you're in a different country. Make sure you change that to your country code, and set local settings. I mean, if you don't want, you can ignore this, but just put it there, so you don't need to get any kind of issues because you going through your time zone. So I'm in Los Angeles. I put the Los Angeles keyboard US. If you don't want the keyboard US, just change it. Make sure the keyboard you're using, change that. Now understand, this is the most important. I am going to enable SSH because we need to enable SSH. So it's there, options, play sound. I never get a sound or anything, I don't know why, but everything looks good, perfect, right? And hit save. So after that, you done, the settings are saved. Now it's not saved to your micro SD card. Now you say, would you like to apply OS customization settings? Now you just hit the yes button. Now next, all extended on your SD card will be erased. My goodness, are you sure want to continue this? You say yes, or you say no if you don't know, because you want to make sure you're not going to destroy your second hard disk or SD card. It's most important thing. So make sure, double check and say yes. Woo. And that's it. The OS now being returned to your micro SD card, and once that's done, we'll be ready to install CasaOS on the Raspberry Pi 5 in the next steps. I'll show you how to set up and configure CasaOS to turn your Raspberry Pi 5 into a powerful and versatile server. Okay, now because I try to ping the host name because we have issues, so I have to go to my router and grab the IP address. But if you want, you can go to the router and get the IP address. But if you don't have a router, probably you need to plug in the keyboard and mouse and log in and see what's the IP address. It's got it. So my IP address is the Raspberry Pi 192.168.86.25 is the IP address. So I just ping it. So I am able to ping, but the thing is, if I ping the host name CasaOS OS, you can say I cannot ping that's the DNS issue, so I'm not going to worry. I'm not going to troubleshoot. If you want to troubleshoot, probably you can log into the SSH and fix the DNS issues. I'm not going to cover that part. Probably I have so many videos cover that part in my previous videos, so please go ahead and check those stuff. So that's mean we are able to ping. So what we need to do is we go into SSH. I'm going to type SSH and I'm going to type the username, that is PI5, and @ sign. I'm going to type the 192, the IP address 168.86.25. Okay, so if you get like this, that's mean I use this IP address to connect to another device, another SSH, another Raspberry Pi device. So that's why we are getting like this. This is very simple. So what you need to do here is, if you want, you can go to this path, okay, and rename the host file, or you can delete the host file. If you want to keep it, just try to rename it, or delete if you don't want it. But if you want to fix this from the terminal, let me show you how to do that. It's very easy. So what we need to do, we need to remove the specific offending key using this command SSH. I'm going to type keygen -r into 192.168.86.25. Now so this command, you can see line found. So what happened is, this command removes the all key associated with the 192.168.86.25 from the known host file. So I told you before to delete it, just in case if you like me, like all the time you changing your host file, only one Raspberry Pi, so you don't need to be worried. But in a production environment, don't do that. Probably someone logging in. So if you have a good idea that you're not going to use it, you can delete. That's all you need to do. Or if you want to find that key and remove it. So after removing offending key, try connecting again. So I'm going to type, you can see it's very easy. I'm going to type yes, and we're going to type the password. Yes, see, now we are able to log into our Raspberry Pi 5 Lite OS 64-bit. Next, we're going to install the CasaOS. Now next is, I'm going to clear this, clear, so you have a full view. I'm going to make it bigger so you can see. I'm going to run the update, sudo apt update. Always do that. It doesn't matter which OS install, sudo apt upgrade. It's good to do that because you get the latest and greatest, all the security stuff and everything. So use Sequoia OS. So this is a light version. So when I do that, it's going to install all the necessary package under the Lite OS. So it's good to run update and upgrade all the time to make sure that your Raspberry Pi is security in the top notch. If you are in like a production environment, it's good to ask your system administrator or anyone, because sometimes when you run these updates can break some of the packages. So always check with your system administrator or manager or anyone who are qualified, who Raspberry Pi doing any kind of project. So you just don't run this without asking or without letting them know. But if you are the boss, if you are doing stuff, it's easy, just do this, you don't need to be worried. Now we are done with the update. Now CasaOS is like a master chef in the kitchen of your Raspberry Pi 5, but first it needs a kitchen to work in, right? So that is the Docker. So let's install the Docker first. So what we're going to do is command, I'm going to explain you in a bit. We type curl and -fssl, okay, and https get dot docker.com, say and get docker.sh, and I'm going to hit enter. So what does this command do? We are like ordering our kitchen from the internet. This command sends a super stealthy request to the Docker website, grabbing the blueprint for our kitchen, aka get-docker.sh script. It's like asking for a recipe from a top chef, but for servers. Now let's type sudo sh get docker.sh. Now that's we got our recipe. Let's cook. This command runs the script as the head chef, that's sudo, and start building our Docker kitchen right inside the Raspberry Pi 5. Now we are talking. Okay, seems like the Docker is installed. If you go up, you can see we type this, we type the first command, we type the second command, and everything looks good, white. You can see the client Docker engine community, you can see the version, API version, everything, Linux, and the date, and the server Docker engine community, everything looks perfect, and we have all the information here, and it's perfect. Right now we need to add a PI user to Docker group. So what we need to do here is we need to type sudo usermod and -a capital G Docker PI 5. That's our user. Okay, so and I'm going to type enter. So now what we did is we are making the PI 5 user an official source chef in our Docker kitchen. This command gives our PI user the keys to the kitchen, so they can whip up the Docker containers without constantly asking for permission. Got it? Next, I'm going to type new grp Docker, and with this we are telling PI the user to don the chefs that had a get ready to start cooking up some containers without any fuss. Welcome to team PI. Okay, so you can see, and now we need to verify the Docker installation. So what we're going to do is we're going to say Docker give me the version. So we can see the Docker version 27.1.2 build blah blah blah. There's the Docker version. So let's check if I say like this, let's check if our kitchen is up and running. So this command is like peeking into the kitchen to see if everything is set up. If you see the version number, congratulations, you have got a fully functional Docker kitchen on your Raspberry Pi 5. Next, we're going to install the CasaOS. Now, with the Docker is ready, it's time to invite CasaOS into the kitchen. Let's set up this culinary mastermind on our Raspberry Pi 5. Now install CasaOS. The command we're going to type curl -fssl, okay, and https. I'm going to type get casaos.io. Going to type sudo bash. I'm going to explain you in a bit. Ooh, baby. So we are sending another stealthy request, but this time to the CasaOS website. It's like a calling in the master chef to sit up into our kitchen. This command downloads and installs CasaOS, getting everything ready for our government server experience. Ooh. So it's going to install. Now it's installed done. Now the terminal output indicating that the CasaOS 0.4.11 is successfully installed and running on your Raspberry Pi. So here's what each part of the output means. You can see Casa running at the line says 192.168.86.25 and in the bracket WLAN 0 indicates that the CasaOS is accessible through the local network at the IP address 192.168.86.25. WLAN 0 indicates that the Casa is accessible. The WLAN 0 part shows that it's running on the wireless interface Wi-Fi. Now next it says open your web browser and visit the above address. To access the CasaOS dashboard, you can open a web browser on any device connected to the same network and enter the IP address 192.168.86.25 in the address bar. This will take you to the CasaOS web interface where you can manage and configure the services provided by the CasaOS. We will take a look at that part later. And after that, we can see Casa project and team links. These URLs provide resources and communities related to CasaOS. The first one is GitHub repository. The https github.com icewelltech CasaOS takes you to the official GitHub repository where you can find the source code, report issues, and contribute to the project. The next one, maintainers. This link directs to the CasaOS maintenance page where you can see who's behind the project. And next, CasaOS Discord and website. The Discord link, this one, https Discord invitation code here to join the CasaOS community on Discord, where you can get help, share ideas, and engage with other users. The website link, https CasaOS.io, leads to the official CasaOS website where you can find more information about the project, including documentation and updates. Online demo, http demo CasaOS.io, allows you to explore a live demo of CasaOS. This is useful if you want to see how the interface works without needing to set it up first. And you can see uninstall command, CasaOS-uninstall. It provided if you wish to uninstall CasaOS from your Raspberry Pi 5 or 4.3, whatever you're running. This command will remove CasaOS and its associated files from your system. So overall, this output confirms that CasaOS is up and running, and it provides you with the necessary resources and links to manage and learn more about software. You can now access and start using CasaOS by navigating to the provided IP address in your web browser, right? Okay, let's go jump into this web address in here in my back. So I'm going to type http and I'm going to type 192.168.86.25. Wow, look at that. CasaOS. Welcome to CasaOS. Let's create your account. That's cool. Look at this. Very cool. So now that CasaOS is up and running, let's get it personalized and ready to make your Raspberry Pi 5 the hub of your digital world. We need to follow on the screen instruction, kind of like filling out of your preferences at a new restaurant. This ensure CasaOS knows exactly how to serve you best. Click go. Now create a username. I'm going to say IT Samurai Teacher. I'm going to type a password. I'm going to say password. Oops. Let me type again. And I'm going to hit create. We are good to go. So it says shows news feed from CasaOS blog. CasaOS dashboard will get the latest news feed of the HTTPS blog CasaOS.io via internet, which might leave your visit records to the site. Do you accept? Yeah, I'm going to accept. I don't care because I love Casa. So as you can see, apps and services. Wow. So CasaOS come with an app store loaded with goodies like adding extra toppings to your favorite dish, whether it's a file sharing app or media server. Pick what you need and let Casa handle the rest. Okay, now top left system. You can see the top right side. On the left side, system status like CPU, RAM usage and temperature. So this is like a heartbeat of your Raspberry Pi, showing how hard your little Pi is working. The CPU and RAM dials tells you how much brain power and memory your Pi is using. The temperature gauge lets you know if your Pi is staying cool under pressure, just like a calm chef in a busy kitchen. You can see I have 4 gig, right? My Raspberry Pi 5, so it's 7% usage and CPU. Wow, very interesting. RAM, nice. So top right, you can see the widget sync your data and smarten up your home. We want to give you a smart home experience with privacy, high speed and localized storage. So this option to sync data using syndicating and teaser for smart home integration. So here where you can level up your digital life, the sync your data widget is like having a magical suitcase that automatically packs and sync your files across multiple devices. And smarten up your home is a sneak peek at turning your Raspberry Pi into the brain of your smart home. Stay tuned for that. Wow. Okay, we can see in here time and date. Your Raspberry Pi is keeping you on the schedule like a reliable kitchen clock, ticking away while you cook up some digital goodness. And we can see in the middle left storage, this is a little box is your Raspberry Pi's pantry, showing you how much storage you have used up and how much is left. The health status is like a thumbs up from your Raspberry Pi, letting you know everything is good shape. Use and total. This is my micro SD card, by the way. So let me check this setting, and you can see boot F. Wow. So this is available one, the boot S and the root S. So there's a 2 partitions. You can see merge storage. Wow, there's a lot of stuff from CasaOS. Also create a storage. Please plug a drive to create storage. So if you have another SD card or something, external card, you can connect to your Raspberry Pi and it can create a storage. Wow, I didn't know that. And the next one, middle right, so you can see the App Store and Files icon. Here's where the magic happens. The App Store is your digital marketplace where you can grab all the goodies to expand your Raspberry Pi capabilities. The Files app is your trusty toolbox giving you easy access to all your files. Let me open that. It's like having your favorite cooking apps and a super organized spice rack right at your fingertips. Wow. I'm really impressed with all this stuff. Files drop, you can have everything. My goodness, you can drop files here. Windows Chrome, local area network, CasaOS. When you click with your mouse and you feel how good it is. It's not like cheap. Even you don't need to touch something. If you buy something, when you touch it, you feel the difference. So when you do a surfing with your mouse, if you are a good professional, right? If you're a professional person, if you click, if you do something, you will know how good that OS or whatever the software is. That's how I feel. It's professional. Like what do you call? Forget that name. Okay, we have bottom the left. We have network status. This is the Raspberry Pi's connection to the world. The network status show you how much data is flowing and out, like a digital bouncer keeping track all the guests at your party. If the lines are quiet, your Raspberry Pi just chilling. But if there's a busy, your Raspberry Pi is working hard, keeping you everything is connected. Okay, so this is the Wi-Fi. This is the Ethernet connection. So if you click Wi-Fi, we can see how much it's going. Right. Okay, so bottom right you can see widget and settings. Excuse me. So, and finally, here's where you can find you can customize your Raspberry Pi dashboard to suit your style. It's like adjusting the lighting and music in your kitchen. Make it your own and enjoy the experience. Theme, you can do that. Okay, so so we have Casa branding and status bar. You can see in here. So down here, so CasaOS reminds you that its App Store is fully alive, ready for you to explore. Think of it's your Raspberry Pi giving you a friendly nudge to check out all the new cool stuff you can edit. You click there, it just jump into blog. Very cool. Now let's head over to our App Store. You can see in here, click that App Store. This is where CasaOS really shines, offering a variety of apps that can supercharge your Raspberry Pi 5. Whether you want to create your own personal cloud or blog advertisements across your entire network, or even build a smart home, there's an app for that. Look at this, how many apps, my goodness. There's so many apps you can install. So let me give you some simple idea. So you can install Nextcloud. So you can have Nextcloud. I'm just installing. Okay, continue in the background. Go back in the apps. So Nextcloud is imagining you having your own private cloud storage, just like a Google. Okay, you can see installing. Wow, nice. So just like a Google Drive or Dropbox, but without handing over your data to a big corporations. With Nextcloud, all your files, photos and documents stay right here on your Raspberry Pi 5, safe and secure. Plus, you can sync your data across multiple devices, so everything is always up to date. Okay, let's go to next. Let's see if you want to install Plex media server. I'm going to hit Plex. Before that, I'm going to explain you. Excuse me. So we have Plex media server. If you like me and have a huge collection of movies, TV shows and music, Plex is a must-have. It turns your Raspberry Pi into a powerful media server, allowing you to stream your entire library to any device in your home. It's like having your own Netflix, but you control the content. Good, right? So next step, just install, continue in the background. So it's installing. See, Nextcloud is done. Let's see if you want to install Pi-hole. That's the block AD I just talked about. Pi-hole is AD blocker. My goodness, that's a default password CasaOS. So make sure you note this down when you do that. So now let me tell you like this. The tired of annoying advertisement like following you around the internet. So every time when you click something, always advertisement pop up, right? So Pi-hole is here to save the day. This app block advertisement at the network level, so every device connected to your Wi-Fi gets a clean AD-free experience. It's like having a personal bodyguard for your browsing sessions, keeping the unwanted stuff out. I'm going to say right, next let's see what we can do. Home Assistant. Ooh, is that? Oh, this is the one. Nice. So so this is a control your smart home. For those of you with smart devices, Home Assistant is a game changer. It lets you control and automate all your smart home gadgets from a single interface, whether it's turning on lights, adjusting the thermostat, or monitoring security cameras. Home Assistant gives you complete control right from your Raspberry Pi 5. Continue in the background. So I'm not going to cover all the installation, but in my next videos I'm going to cover. Okay, just I'm going to show you what are the applications you can install, just in case if you want to remove it. You can see check for an update, you can uninstall, just click uninstall, it will delete everything. So there you have it. The CasaOS turns your Raspberry Pi 5 into a powerhouse of possibilities, from managing your files and media to blocking advertisement and controlling your smart home. It's all possible with just a few clicks. And the best part, it's all open source and free. That's awesome, right? So why not give it a try and see how it can simplify and enhance your digital life. If you enjoy this video, don't forget hit the like button and subscribe to IT Samurai Teacher for more awesome tech content. Leave a comment below if you have any questions, or if there's something specific you like to me to cover in the next video. And if you want to give me a product to review or anything you want, shoot me an email like hello@samuraiteacher.com. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.